thank you.
Oh, Stockport, weren't it?
2 hours.
As usual.
2 hours it took.
Yeah, it took us 2 hours. Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Dawn.
And I'm John, and together we're the two running brooms. Four 5k races, 3 fast 5k parkruns, all in the 20-minute range. Is tonight the night I can finally break that 20-minute barrier?
Fingers crossed. Yeah, as for me, I'm trying to break 21. Is it going to happen? Only time's going to tell.
So we're here at the Mid-Cheshire 5k. Now, this is reputed to be an extremely fast race. We've got an England Masters versus Welsh Masters competition going on, so there's fast 5k runners from both countries. There's a host of people gunning for really fast times, and it's going to be a stacked field all the way through, so hopefully we'll get dragged around to those fast times we're looking for.
So on the road is the coloured zones marked out, and depending on what time you predicted, you'll stand in these coloured zones.
So it looks like Dawn is in the last zone, the purple zone. I'm in the penultimate zone just over there, green, and then they go towards where the faster runners start, closer to the start line. Star Trek this, beam me up. Pretty ideal race conditions tonight. Is a pleasant temperature, there's a very light breeze, but most of the course seems to be sheltered by hedges, and as I say, it'll be a very stacked field of runners, so I don't think we'll be left lonesome and stranded at all. So the race began at 7:15. As I said, we were lined up near the back, but you can see here the front of the race setting off. Really well organised event by Mid-Cheshire. The first kilometre was a downhill. I was just under target pace on that, but then you turn and climb for kilometres 2 and 3, and I just got a little bit off pace. Kilometre 4 I managed to hold it on, and then gave it an almighty effort in the last kilometre, running sub 6-minute mile pace as I tried desperately to get to the end. I could hear the crowds cheering, the clock ticking over. I think I did 20:40 on gun time, and you can just see me here coming towards the finish, trying to give it everything, clock ticking away, and I'm just about to pass the white flag now.
As for me, I was never on pace for a sub 21, even though that's what I was hoping for. So I just ran a really strong run on the night and finished as strong as I could, coming down that finishing straight in the fastest kilometre of the 5, and I finished with a time of 21:21. That was my chip time.
So it's now Saturday afternoon, the afternoon after the evening before, and we've had the official results for the Mid-Cheshire 5k. In fact, they came through immediately on a text, and I can reveal I ran on chip time 20 minutes and 1 second. We'll talk about that in a minute. And you?
21:21 on chip.
Objectively, running 20:01 is better than running 20:31. But obviously there's a frustration there as a runner. I didn't quite make the target on the evening. Felt the race, fantastic course, stacked field as I said, but there was no part of the course that I felt I was overly congested. There were always people to run with, to sort of get dragged around by. So, and I can't fault the execution. That last kilometre I did at sub 6-minute mile pace, desperately flinging my body towards that finish line.
But didn't we say that within the race we both felt as that we were racing, but no, we were in a race, sorry, but we were actually racing. It was more like a time trial against our own watches.
That's been the whole thing about this training series. We've done, well, I've done 5 official 5k races and raced 3 parkruns, and in all of them I was racing against myself, racing against my watch clicking down and the pace shown on that. There weren't local scene races, so in none of them was I thinking, there's somebody up there I really, really want to beat. I'm going to drag myself to the pit in order to beat that person, because there was nobody I particularly knew in any of the races.
So what you're saying is that for each of those races, you would give yourself sort of 8.5 out of 10 for your execution, not 10 out of 10.
That leads me to looking through the training series as a whole. As I said, I've done 5 official races, 3 parkruns, raced them all, and on each of them I'd give myself 8 out of 10 for performance and outcome. On
not 8.5 then.
8. On none of them have I been disappointed with the way I've executed things or disappointed with the outcome. in none of them have I been highly delighted and had a wow moment. So I guess what I've done is swapped 8 times 8, which is 64 when I did my Maths O level, for 1 or 2 10s or 1 or 2 9.5s, because 2 9.5s would have been 19. So I've really enjoyed this training series. I've enjoyed getting back to doing proper sessions. I've enjoyed standing on start line thinking, I can actually run hard here. I can be competitive, at least against myself and against the times I want to get to. So it's been really productive, even though I just missed my target by 2 seconds.
Yeah. So what you find with us is we do like to race. It's part of what we've always liked to do, isn't it?
So I think at this stage in our running career, rather than searching for those few seconds for that 1 PB, we're content to enjoy racing scenes around the country, parkrun scenes around the country. As you can see from our regular channel content, that's what we're about. So that's my Precy. How about you?
Well, yes, I mean, my aim was to run sub 21. And in all honesty, back in April, before we started the actual 5k series, I ran 21 dead, so I didn't think it was an unrealistic target. Yeah, so the summer sees my performances more up and down. I suffer with hay fever and a bit of asthma, so it's this time of year is always a time where I actually, you know, don't run as well as I do in the winter and the autumn. So, but I've had 3 really good performances at Sale, where I ran 21:11. Dereham, where I ran 21:18, I think it was, and last night was a really solid performance as well. So I'm not going to complain because I'm really happy, and I've hit really good age gradings as well.
So we hope you've enjoyed following our summer 5k journey as much as we've enjoyed running and creating this content. So we never quite hit those running times we wanted, me by 2 seconds, but it's been a great journey. Metaphorically, as I've come back to being the competitive runner I once was, and literally as we've enjoyed park runs and races in several counties around England.
As for myself, back when I was running at my best, I hated 5Ks, whereas now I've actually grown to love them, and I've enjoyed every single race that I've done and the park runs.
And they're all over in 21 minutes, aren't they?
Exactly.
We can move on. So that's our 5k Fast and Furious Summer of Speed at an end. So watch out in a couple of days for our new training series coming up. Having said we like races that are over and done with in 20 and 21 minutes, what on earth are we going to dive into next? So if you have enjoyed this training series, please give this video a like. If you're new to this channel and want to see how we get on in the future, then please consider subscribing. We'll bring regular training series, training sessions, park runs, coaching, and everything running related.
So until next time, keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.